All right, welcome back. So I was wrong about this book right here, The Coddling of the American Mind. How good intentions and bad ideas are setting up a generation for failure. I was I was totally wrong about this book, and I got cooked for it in the comment section. But I just kind of wanna make like another like not make like just give my thoughts now that I have read it and I've read this book. And yeah, I was wrong about this book. Like this book had nothing to do about talking about Gen Z. It had nothing to do with talking about social media. Like, I don't know, kind of, I feel like the author is targeting Gen Z as a group, as a whole. I feel like the author is, I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, man, it's just a lot with this book. And I just feel like it's targeting, the younger demographic. Like, I feel like the author is kind of targeting Gen Z. Like, we aren't enough for failure. It's not talking about how, so it doesn't have anything to do with social media. Um, it mentions that, it mentions polarization. It talks about how if you have one idea, let's say you have one idea, let's say you hate Donald Trump and that is your opinion, right? You hate him with all your guts, right? The idea of polarization itself is that this idea that if you hate somebody, right, and let's just say that you hate this person with a passion, and like the president or Donald Trump, like let's say for example, right, and let's say that somebody who is a Democrat tries to convince you like, hey, Donald Trump is a good person. He has done this, this, and that. And this person's like, no, no, Donald Trump's a bad person. He has done these bad things. I'm not going to believe it. Well, that's the idea of polarization is that, um, where two parties, they can't come together on an agreement, and that sets up, like, so now that person who hates Trump is going to be on the far left, and that person who hates, I don't know, Democrats or whatever, is on the far right. But they still see, it's basically like you have a different viewpoint of things. And that's what this book is talking about, the coddling of the American mind. um, it's talking about we need to have different viewpoints. We can't have the same viewpoints, because if we do, we're going to be stuck in a situation that is detrimental, that is not healthy, for America. Really, it's not healthy. And it talks about, this idea of like critical race theory, CRT. Basically where universities, colleges and universities are banning books because of how they think that it will affect students, and students have actually spoken out about this issue. And they've gotten the universities are like, okay, we're banning this book because they didn't see a different point of view. And that's what's hurting colleges. It's hurting students, it's hurting parents. um I was reading where, in this book, where it talked about how young kids at like age like 4 months to 11 months old, they had peanut allergies, right? Well, um they had, so they took, so researchers took, half of the kids who basically had peanut, who were getting exposed to peanut allergies, and then, I forget what it was, but they took all those kids, right, and they exposed them to peanut allergies, because the school's like, no peanut allergies, we do not allow peanut allergies in this school. And basically what happened was the kids got exposed to peanut allergies. They got a higher rate. It was a higher rate of having peanut allergies. And then versus, like, if the kids didn't get exposed to peanuts, then they had a higher chance of then they got the peanut allergies, basically. And yeah, so this is what this book is talking about, is that if we keep going down the way that we're going, like if we keep allowing this to happen, like if we um like I want to say, like, if we don't see different points of views, our generation could, or like the basically the West. I don't know if about any other countries, but the United States, it can come to an end just like that, just because we don't see different points of views and we're only fixed on this one point and this one mindset of, oh, this is bad, this is wrong, so this is how we're going to do things. And and it was interesting because I did read another chapter or another page, and it talked about how I actually got to page 27. So this book has about I don't think it's 281 pages. 281 pages. That's all right. That's the appendix. Well, let me see. Appendix. Yeah, 200. Yeah, 270, 273. But I mean that's that. But the other part that I was trying to figure out, like I was trying to talk to you guys about too, is that I was trying to mention. I forget. I lost my train of thought. Let me see if I can remember. Was basically about. Oh yeah. I was talking about the other page that I read. So the other page that I was reading was that if students, if we tell student, if we like, if colleges and universities, like, or not even colleges and universities, but parents, if parents tell students, like, we're basically telling kids, right? We're telling kids that, like, if problems happen in your life, right? If problems happen in your life, that problems will always continue to happen and that will always be your future. That is what we are telling that is what parents are telling students, I mean kids nowadays. And instead of telling kids that, hey, if you have a problem, you can overcome it with adversity, and it doesn't mean that your life will always be this way. You can continue to move ahead and be successful, but that is what we are telling kids, and that's why they're not able to be successful and like move ahead and move forward. So yeah, so that's basically what it was talking about. And yeah, so I was wrong about this book, and yeah, man, so it's crazy because, like, it's just crazy what this book is talking about. Like, I mean, it actually makes sense. And then, I was going to bring up the social media thing too. Like, social media does have a role to play.
There's a big time bomb ticking. These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue.
Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No. People who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who spend less time on Facebook.
It does have an influence, but yeah, man. So that's it. And catch y'all in the next one. Peace.